Hello, good evening, and welcome to a new video. I didn't vlog anything this week at all. No, that's a lie. I think I have like maybe two clips because I was like really ambitious after last week. I was like, I'm gonna film so much, I'm gonna do so much. Yeah, my back has been killing me all week, so I'd come home from work, lay in my bed, and just pass out. That now means that I have to scramble for a new video. So I came up with a really fun idea that I've been wanting to do for a while, but just haven't done yet, and that is a 24-hour readathon. I love watching these. I've been wanting to do one of these videos for so long because they look so much fun. But I've been in a horrible reading slump, and I still am, even after last week, because I haven't read anything at all this week. Is the glare in my glasses annoying? I don't know. I haven't read anything at all this week because after last week, I have not been able to pick a book. I have looked up so many like holiday reads because I do think I want to read like a holiday book. Hold on, I'm sweating. I'll be right back. I'll probably put that thing right back on in a second, but for now I'm sweating, so we're taking it off. I have been looking for a holiday read all week, and they're all so bad. Where's my Kindle? I started Merry Little Christmas by, what's her name, Lauren Blakely? I think so. Because I like looked up some reviews, because I was looking for Christmas books, right? And I saw this one, and I was looking at some reviews, and it sounded like right up my alley. I think it was like fake dating, forced proximity. I was like, oh, get into it. And then I'm literally 2% in, and I couldn't make it any further. On one of the first pages, one of the characters, there's like one character that doesn't really like Christmas, and that character goes, I walk down the Christmas swaggered stairs, something like that. And I was like, oh, no, we don't. We're not walking up any stairs, actually. And then like in the first 3 pages, everyone needed to know that he hated Christmas. Like every character we get introduced to and every single thing that is being said is about how much this guy hates Christmas. And so it was like overwhelm of Christmas hate. And so I was like, you know what? No, we're actually good. I don't need to read that book at all, actually, because I have free will. I have not read this week. So I did pick a book, and it is a holiday book, and I borrowed it from my sister. And it's Midnight at the Christmas Bookshop by Jenny Colgan. And I'm so excited. I actually bought this for her at a thrift store like a few months ago, like middle of the summer. And I read the back of it like yesterday. And I was like, wait, this kind of sounds fun. Because I'm pretty sure it has, yeah. Carmen is at a loose end. Her gorgeous Edinburgh bookshop is being used as a film set. I love movies. I love movies. I love film. I love a picture. And so I thought this was fun. Because I also love bookstores. And I also love Christmas. So we're gonna get into this. This is our first book of this readathon. I don't know. What am I saying? I'm not gonna do like the OG way of doing it where I start the timer and I read for 24 hours straight. No, we're not doing that. I have 2 days and that is my entire weekend. And I would like to also do other things. I thought we could split it up and do 12 hours today, starting at midnight. Ooh, we need to hurry. That's in 2 minutes. Starting at midnight, 12 hours, and then again, starting at midnight, 12 hours into Sunday. So that's the idea. We'll see how far we get. This is the only book I have planned. I don't know what we're reading after this. So we'll see. But for now, we're going to start Midnight at the Christmas Bookshop. On the second page, and immediately do not like how some of these things are written in here. Page 2, great start. It's objectification, Pippa sniffed. What's objectification? Said Phoebe. It means people see you as an object, said Pippa. Oh, said Phoebe, can I be a chair? Ha ha ha, said Pippa loudly. Not like that. This book sucks so far. This is horrible. they just used the word chalant, as in like nonchalant, but the opposite. I like that. I don't think that word is I don't even think that is like an actual word. Okay, hello. It's been a few hours. I fell asleep again. And then I did my nails. Let me show you like a close-up. If it wants to focus. No? Okay, great. You're not seeing my nails. But I thought I could talk to you guys about my book while I clean up my nail stuff. Because otherwise, I never clean up my nail stuff. I'm about 25% into Soul Searching by Lila Sage. And it's like good enough so far. It's like fun enough to keep me intrigued. I really liked her is it the Rebel Blue Ranch series? I think that's what it's called, like the Wild and Wrangled and Done and Dusted, all those books. I really, really enjoyed those. And so when I saw that she came out with like I think this is the start of a new series in a town like a little bit over from the town that the Done and Dusted and all those books take place in. When I saw that it was going to be like some sort of like spiritual, ghosty, mystic romance, I was like really excited because I really love the like, what is it called? Paranormal vibe. I really, really love horror books. I really, really love horror movies, especially like paranormal horror movies. When I saw that she was coming out with a paranormal book, I was like really excited. And I was like, absolutely, I'm gonna read it. Obviously, I'm gonna love it. It's not that obvious anymore, I have to say. I feel like the writing got, I don't necessarily want to say cheaper, but it feels like the writing got a little cheaper. It felt like she's doing that thing that they're doing in shows and movies that go like direct to streaming nowadays, where the writers have to like dumb down the script because people are going to be watching it in the background while they're on their phone. And so if things aren't explained in detail and like announced what they're doing, the people at home aren't going to be able to follow along because they're not fully paying attention to the show anymore. That's what it feels like she's doing. It feels like it is written to be in the background while you're doing something else. Like, what are we doing? Stop. It's so annoying. Like I said, I really enjoyed her cowboy romance series, but maybe like the writing was the same. I just didn't notice it because I like love the horse world so much. So immediately like a cowboy romance can't do anything wrong in my eyes because I love it so much. And with this, like I still love the paranormal, but maybe with this I just need more to like grasp and hold my attention. I don't think as of right now it's going to be a lot higher than like a 3-star. I don't even think it's going to be a 3.5 because it's just, there's so much repetition of just like very simple things. And I've said this before, I don't know if it's in a video, but I've said it before. I hate repetition in books. I have DNF'd some incredibly interesting sounding books because they just keep repeating the same thing over and over. One example is A Certain Hunger. That book sounded so interesting to me. A food critic who's also a cannibal who kills men. Like a woman who's a food critic who kills men and eats them. That is so interesting to me, and I was really excited to start reading the book. I also think it's a beautiful cover. So it was really exciting to like read it and then buy it and have it on my shelves and like show it off. And then she kept making so many like repetitive references. The references themselves weren't necessarily repetitive. There were just so many of them every single time that it became repetitive. It felt like it's meant to be poetic, but they just keep going for too long, you know? It's the same thing when people like do a funny bit and then they go on for too long because they realize it was funny. That's what it feels like. And that's what this feels like. It's just, they want to tell you this really obvious thing that is really obvious, but they think you're stupid and don't get it. And so they just make it really, really obvious, but it already was, right? So that's how I feel about the book. We follow Collins as she goes back to her hometown because she's kind of struggling with some things. And she's staying with a guy that's new to this town, and they like stay together. They live together. She is like, they end up being roommates. And Collins and her sister and her mother, I believe, all sense the presence of ghosts in different ways, I guess. So Collins, she can see and hear ghosts, communicate with them, and ghosts, they take all sort of different shapes and forms and presences. And for some reason, we don't know yet why, but for some reason she can't communicate with them anymore. She can still see them, the ghosts, in whatever shape they take, but she can't communicate with them anymore, and that's incredibly frustrating to her. And apparently this house or this apartment that they're living in is haunted. Like, there's a lot of spirits and there's a lot of ghosts in this place, but the guy, I think his name is Brady, he doesn't know about any of that. And so in every single chapter, there's multiple moments where they're talking, and Brady, like in his inner monologue or whatever, will go, she's looking at something, but there's nothing there. She's nuts. And like that just keeps going, and it just happens again and again and again. And at one point, it's like, we get it. We get it. She can see ghosts and he can't, and it doesn't have to be explained like I'm stupid, because I'm not. Because the premise of the book, like the idea and the paranormal aspect of it and the romance, like it sounds good and it sounds really fun. But then they treat the reader as if they're stupid, and that just really puts a damper on things. That makes me really disappointed, and it makes me not want to read the book. I very much failed this 24-hour readathon. Diabolically. I fell asleep so much yesterday. So crazy. Like, I could have guessed. Like, work has had me absolutely floored. So obviously I'm gonna fall asleep the moment I have time to spend in my bed. Like, duh. However, I did finish a book. I finished Soul Searching by Lila Sage, and I didn't really like it. It just wasn't that good. It just wasn't that good. It didn't make me feel stupid, but the author wrote as if we were stupid, if that makes any sense. Like, there were things that didn't need to be explained to the degree that they were. Like, yeah, we get it. Collins sees ghosts and Brady does not. That does not need to be pointed out in every single chapter, multiple times a chapter, right? Like, it's enough. We get it. She can see ghosts, he can't. And then on the other side, there were things that could have been explored more, that were more complex, that could have gotten more into depth, that then didn't go into depth. While that was so much more, that could have been so much more interesting, that could have made the book so much better, that could have made the character so much more of like these 3D characters with feelings and problems and issues, and it just wasn't. It fell very flat. It fell very flat to me, and I don't think I'm gonna continue I think it's like the Sweetwater Peak, Sweet Peak Lake, whatever. I don't think I'm gonna continue the series, because also I didn't really like Clark either. I didn't really like any of the characters. I liked the Broody, is that his name? And I liked the ghosts. I really liked the ghosts. Ghosts. The ghosts had so much more depth and personality than the characters in the book, like the human characters in the book. It was a little disappointing. I think I gave it 2 stars on Goodreads. Don't think I will be continuing that series. I did, however, also start what's it called? The Correspondent by Virginia Evans. Can you see that? I watched a Sarah Caroli video yesterday. Well, I watched multiple while I did my nails. I did not listen to an audiobook while doing my nails. But I watched a video of hers, and it was one of her Bookmas videos where she talked about this book. I think it was her video where she was looking for her last 5-star read of the year. And she talked about this book and how it's just all letters. There's no chapters, there's no dialogue, it's just letters. And it's December. I watched It's a Wonderful Life. I'm a sucker for just humans being cute. I'm just a sucker for humans being cute and having hobbies and doing cute human things. And I think writing letters is such a cute thing. I think writing letters is adorable. And so I started reading it. I'm 14 pages in, 6%, and it's cute so far. It's just letters, and it's cute so far. And I'm very excited about this book. I do think maybe I also want to start another book because this is just letters. Like, obviously in the letters, like, it's a story and you follow this character, but I feel like I might need something that is more book. And I was thinking of maybe starting a Dragon Republic, the Dragon Republic, because I don't know if I've said this, but I read The Poppy War at the beginning of this year. Not really. I think it was like March or April. And I was really conflicted about that book for a while because it was so intense. And then I looked at reviews and I found out that it was based on real events. Well, not the entire book is based. Well, no, yeah, it is. But there are war crimes committed in that book that were also committed in real life. And for such a long time, that left me with such a bad taste in my mouth. I was genuinely sick, like nauseous, reading some of these chapters in The Poppy War, because I was like, how on earth can you as an author come up with this and write it in your book as confidently as you do? But then I looked up reviews and I saw that it was actually based on, I think it's Japan's Unit 731. Like, they're real war crimes committed during a war. And it made me sick. Because I was like, how? Okay, so you didn't come up with it, but why did you think it was a good idea to put it in your book? And then I realized it was to get people to know about it. And she succeeded with that. And I have not been able to stop thinking about that book. So I did buy The Dragon Republic. And I bought it like a month ago or something. And it's been on my mind ever since. And so I think I might want this to be one of the last books I read this year. I'll still read The Correspondent because I am really liking it. And I think I need something a little more human in the good sense while I read The Dragon Republic, which is probably going to be human in the bad sense. But I'm not starting it today. Not now anyway, because I need to really clean my room and do some other things that I've been meaning to do all week and haven't got to. So we're not actually starting The Dragon Republic right now. I don't know. Should we turn this into like just a weekend vlog? I mean, the day's almost over. So maybe not. Maybe I should just go and edit this video. But we'll see. Maybe this is the last you see of me. Maybe it's not.